What's up guys, and welcome to the channel. Let's talk about future plans for this car, that car, and some other stuff. So we did a little Q&A not too long ago. I'll put a link to it right here. And we talked a little bit about kind of what the plans were for my car, but we didn't go into detail. As you guys know, I bought this car early last year. I think it was February of last year I bought this car, and it's not in the best shape. So we've gotten it to where we've gotten it in a year's time. We're not done with this car, but ultimately there's not a lot left I want to do. I'd like to put a new clutch in it, you know, new clutch cable, stuff like that, and new motor mounts, transmission mounts. So those are the main things that really need to be done to this car. Besides that, we have a heater core that needs to be put in the car and a few other things. And we're probably gonna look at some new door panels for the car at some point. I wanna get the interior nice and clean and tidied up. But now that we have this project car, what are we gonna do with this car? As of right now, I'm not sure if we're gonna turbo this car or what we're gonna do with it. The funds probably will not be here in 2019 now that we have the project car. Even though the project car is going to be a shoestring style budget, it's still going to cost money, guys. I mean, that's obvious, right? YouTube doesn't make that much money. So yeah, we'll see what we can do with that. I think most of you guys are going to be excited about seeing the project car anyway. There's only so much content that you can have with a car after you've completed it. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been saying we want to see some racing videos and whatnot. To be honest with you guys, I was big into racing pretty much my whole life, and I still love racing. At some point we will do some more drag racing. I would really like to do a retro drag setup. There's a chance that we might go to like an old school weld setup, you know, just the old school fatties and skinnies, put the red plugs back in it, get the universal ones and put the red plugs back in it like we used to do years ago. Let's be honest guys, the price of these weld wheels and these champions and everything else out there now, all these bead locks, they're just outrageous. I feel like it's up to me to bring this old school kind of retro look back. Eventually we'll probably put a set of gears in the car. I'm more of a 355 373 gear guy, so that's probably what we'll do. I want to leave the engine bay as stock looking as possible. I even want the stock airbox back on the car because that's what I enjoy with them. I don't really like a lot of the aftermarket stuff, not on this car anyway. We'll leave that for the project car that we're going to be doing. You know, we're going to go carbureted on that thing. We will have the C6 transmission in it, so that can appeal to you carbureted automatic guys out there, and we probably will go race that car some. It's not going to be fast, but we're gonna get out there and race it. But I will tell you one thing that I have been thinking of. I was just searching Fox body stuff and saw a set of red leather seats in this style seat in a Fox body, and I think that would look really good in this car. And change out the back also. I just think that would look really cool. If you're looking through the car like this with the windows down and you see that red seat sticking up, guys, I think that would look good. So I'm going to be working this year a little bit with Wisnap Mustangs. We haven't been over there to see Roger in a while. I'll put a link down below to his info. We've worked with him in the past a little bit. I bought some stuff from him. He's going to sponsor a few things for us on the project car this year, and should be pretty cool. So I'm really excited about working with Roger, and I think you guys can relate a little more to that. I don't want to go out and buy a bunch of new parts because I feel like a lot of you guys aren't looking to do that. For the most part, most everyone can relate to budget style stuff, right? So that's kind of the way I want to keep this channel. But we do have some big things planned this year. I'm excited about 2019. I think it's going to be really cool. We're also going to be headed to Mustang Week this year. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's September the 2nd through September the 8th. But I do have some bad news on Foxtoberfest. Guys, I thought I was going to be able to make it, but my schedule this year did not work out right. So I'm not going to be able to do it. I tried to take vacation, cannot do it. So I'm not going to be able to make Foxtoberfest, which really sucks, guys. I wanted to go so bad, but what do? You know, that's how it goes sometimes. That's life, right? I'm sure you guys understand. We're just going to try to get a crew together and head out there for Mustang Week if possible, if it works out. So I'd love to see you guys there. More than likely, we're not going to have a booth or anything like that set up. We're just going to be, you know, we're just going to be out there like everybody else. So with that being said, we've really got to get on the ball this year. possibility, as you guys know, that we may have a 93 Cobra or something else. There's a good chance that the 04 Cobra back here will be sold. I could keep it, I'm not sure yet. We're gonna go get this thing custom tuned here before too long, put it on pump gas, and we'll see how it goes. I may want to keep the car, I'm not sure yet. Either way, we have options with this car. That other option could be a Coyote swap Fox body, something really nice. We probably wouldn't be able to afford a really nice coupe, but maybe we do like a GT or something like that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't have the patience to do one of those swaps myself. That's really more of Caleb's stuff. You know, Foxcast Media, if you don't know who that is, please by all means check him out. But I'm sure most of you guys do, but that's more of his stuff. That's more of his wheelhouse. I don't really want to get into anything major like that. Really don't have the facilities for it. As you guys can see, Memphis in there running around, stealing her jammies over there. That's about, you know, all the room that I've got. At some point we will build a shop, so I'm just trying to keep it real with you guys. You know, I figure you can appreciate that. So we're probably not going to do anything major, but we can always buy one. We could always pick one up. So thoughts down below. What would you like to see if we do sell this car? Would you like to see a 93 Cobra, or would you like to see a Coyote swapped Fox body? Either way, I don't know, guys, let me know. The last video I posted about the intake coming apart on the car, you guys brought up some really good points on clocking the mass air meter. I'm still learning on stuff like that. I've never had to address that, so that's something I'm going to look into, and could possibly be a fix for some of the issues that you're still tracing down and you just can't seem to find. That very well could be the missing link on some cars. So I'm going to research that, see what I can come up with, and maybe that can be a fix for some of these cars that we just can't seem to work the problems out of. Also, I've had a lot of guys ask me about the stock alternator. They ask, you know, why do you not upgrade that? You need to, it's going to catch on fire. The 3G alternator is just so much better. Okay guys, this is where I'm just hard-headed and old school. Don't be mad at me, just understand that it's just the way I operate. At some point we'll probably do the 3G alternator because you guys have asked about it, and I know a lot of you guys want to see it, so we'll probably do it. I really don't care anything about the alternator side of this. As you guys know, I'm not a big brake person. You know, I don't really go spend a bunch of money on upgrading brakes because that stuff gets very costly, and that's money I can put somewhere else. The alternator is kind of the same way for me, but I will do it for you guys, and at some point we'll probably do some brake upgrades. I'm just one of those people. I like to go fast and don't care about stopping, you know, and who cares? It's a stock alternator. Oh, it'll be fine. You know what, and it very well may catch on fire one day. I hope it doesn't, but if it does, you guys can say I told you so. But I just want to touch on that because I've had a lot of people ask me about the alternator deal. Oh, and you guys let me forget, by the way, I'm putting this on you. You guys let me forget, we have got to drain this radiator and put some distilled water in this thing. We got to do that. We got to do that here real soon. That should have already been done. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead, pop the cap and look and see what this water is looking like. Yep, look at that, guys. It's already starting to get yucky. Well, can't believe I did that. Obviously, this is my fault for not putting the whatever. I can't get the cap on. Obviously, this is my fault for not putting the distilled water in the car, so we've got to do that here pretty soon. So what we'll do is we'll go through the whole process of draining it, putting the water in, talking about the mixture with the coolant, and also how to burp the system. So that'll be coming up here pretty soon too. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I just wanted to come out and talk to you guys today because it's gonna be a little while before I have any free time, so I figured I'd go ahead and get all this information out. All right guys, as always, thanks for watching. Also, real quick, for any of you guys that are still here for the Terminator content, I'm very sorry that we don't do a lot of that. I'm gonna try to make a point to do some of it pretty soon. I know we have to take this car down and get a custom dyno tune, so that'll be some content for you guys. Also, I want to mention this. I made a video on this a while back, but if any of you guys are possibly interested in a Kenny Bell Mammoth supercharger setup, everything reroutes over to this side. It's a very involving process. If any of you guys are having trouble with your single blade throttle body, you know, the car not being able to idle correctly, it idles really high or just won't idle at all, I do have a fix for that. I'll put a card right here to one of the old videos that somewhat explains that. But if this is something that you guys are interested in, I can always elaborate a little more, because there's actually some stuff you need to do to the throttle blade of this to make it work. So if you guys are interested, let me know. We may cover that in a future video.